Hey everyone, welcome back to Ora Sawmill. Today we got something new behind me here. This is a Chinese elm. This tree actually is damaged. So this side of the log is looks like there was a big limb here. Right in this pocket here was a big limb. It tore out and left us with all this damage down the side here. It's been sitting a while. So it's partially spalted. It's going to have some beetle holes in it, and it's going to probably have some soft spots because the center here looks like it may or may not be rotten, but actually kind of looks like carpenter ant tunnels coming in there. So we'll see what this thing turns into when we open it up. I've already sawed one log from this tree, so it's partially spalted. It's got a little bit of orange in it, a little bit of purple, a little bit of black. I'll try to show you here. So right here is the purplish pink color, and then we got the gray color right here on the side with a little bit of black. So this should make some pretty nice lumber. Right here is some of that orange I was talking about. So we'll see what it turns into on this log that we're sawing here. So come with me, and we're going to saw this log up, and hope you enjoy the video. So this log here is actually only about 18 inches in diameter. With this one end being damaged, we have to kick the toe board up to level that end. Otherwise, we're going to be losing some boards because of we'd be forcing a taper when there's no taper in the log, because there's a section missing in the log. This log actually saws way faster than ash or any other hardwood. I know the elm has a lot longer strands and fibers. There's a lot more moisture in the elms, especially if it was just standing. So I'm actually quite pleased on how fast this saws. I'm sawing this 4 quarters. I was going to saw it 5 quarters, but I wasn't really sure I needed to, because elm's pretty stable on its own, and this log doesn't have a lot of twist or taper in it, so I figured inch and a 1/16 would be plenty thick for the slabs. They'll finish at 3 quarters for whatever he decides to use them for. So right here I'm trying to cut just above where I think that splintering is. I take off a kind of a big slab, but you gotta think there's broken fibers underneath, so that wood would be junk anyways. So when I turn the log here, it's kind of hard to tell how far I need to cut down on this thing, because I don't want to waste too much wood. So I think about where I'm cutting it, and then I move it down a little bit more. And I actually should have cut it down another ½ inch further down. I would have had a lot nicer board, because the cracks went in way farther than I thought they would. But this log is actually yielding quite a bit of lumber for being as damaged as it was. So like here, this slab is about 5 inches thick, and then there's a bunch of broken fibers. And the slab that I'm going to push off next here is really only 4 foot of board. I actually just throw it away because I figure the fibers, broken fibers, go too far down in it. Then this side of the log has a little bit of a taper in it. The blade comes out above the very end. So I should have centered the pith a little bit more on the first cut of the log, but I'm okay with that. This will just be a 6-foot board, and the rest of them will be 8-foot boards, so it's not too big of an issue with the amount of lumber coming out of this log. So right there is all the broken edges. I'm trying to cut a couple boards off the top before I turn it, so I can get some nice clear boards with no damage. So if I cut one more lower here, I'm going to get the shatter crack and the broken boards from the limb tearing off. So I'm just stacking these boards right on the skid steer, just to get them out of the way right away. There's 4 logs that I have from this guy to saw up. Each one of them is a little bit different of a problem. The first one I sawed up was a sweep in it. This one was the tear out on the limb. The next one had a big butt swell on it. And then the fourth one, that one had a big defect, like a rotten bucket on it. So each log had a little bit of something wrong with it, but they all yielded some pretty good lumber. This one here so far has been yielding pretty good lumber for what it is. It has 3 good sides and 1 bad side. Right now I'm cutting some 1x10s off the top of this. The last 2 boards I cut were also 1x10s. I try to cut the log in a way so that I always have at least 3 or 4 boards of the same width. It just takes a little bit of thinking before you cut it, where you're going to start cutting the log, because you can stop it and get boards at 12 inches wide and do it as 10 inches wide and 8 inches wide, and as long as you know what you're doing, you can get almost 4 boards out of each size like that. So if you start off with a 20-inch log, you can get 4 1x12s, 4 or 5 1x10s, and then 4 or 5 1x8s, and work your way down. Otherwise, you can just slice down the cant once you get to the size that you want. But this way, you get plenty of lumber. So the nice part with this sawmill, it's got the automatic feed on it. I can keep stacking the boards as I make the cuts, as long as I'm doing 2 or 3 cuts in a row. On small logs, it's hard to remove the boards while you're sawing. Bigger logs like this, it's quite easy to just reset the saw and then go remove the board and keep working your way down. So it makes it a lot more efficient to keep sawing, and it's a lot cheaper for the customer, because I can just keep working as fast as the saw is cutting. I only need me. I don't have to have the customer here to move the lumber out of the way for me. It's about almost exactly the same amount of time. Sometimes the customer gets in the way, so it's just a lot faster for me to do it by myself. So I was right about those carpenter ants that I thought were going to be in this log. The way I knew that there was probably going to be carpenter ants is right on the bottom of the log here. There was a channel, a small little channel with the rounded edges, kind of like down here. So where they enter, they usually chew the edges of the bark away. So there's smooth edges. So on the bottom of the tree I saw a hole like this, but it was very smooth. Typically that's a sign of carpenter ants inside the tree. And once they get in the tree, they make a channel all the way up the tree and then find the softest, the sapwood or a rotten pocket, and then they just chew away, and they live in the tree. So I wasn't surprised when I saw that there was carpenter ants in this tree. And there is a bunch of them. I mean, way more than you would think. There's probably 400 or 500 carpenter ants in this tree, at least. That's what it looks like here. So they eat these little cavities inside the tree. Perfect little cavities, and then eventually the tree gets weak and the tree dies, or the tree falls over. So nothing like carpenter ants crawling down your neck, giving you the heebie-jeebies, but that's what we got in this log. So the first 5 feet of the boards are probably good. The rest of this needs to get cut off and thrown away. If you're new to the channel, thanks for watching. And if you want to see some more sawmill and lumber content, subscribe to Timber Tales at Orr Sawmill, and hope to catch you on the next one. We'll see ya.